Happy Wednesday, you guys. Whew, I'm out of breath. I don't know why I keep getting out of breath, you guys. Um, Let me double check here, make sure everything is set. Nothing's echoing. And let's make sure that it's all good to go. All right. Whew. Hello. I'm so excited for this live, you guys. I'm gonna try and calm my nerves because I'm too excited. This is something that I've been learning for the past few years. Just spirituality, awakening, and so on. I'm just smudging. Uh, for those who don't know, I do smudge. Now you know. Yeah, I smudge when I do it most of the time when I'm doing interviews or um, stuff like this, just very important meetings. That way, it's helping clear out my energy and focus. Let me double check one more thing here, make sure I'm good to go. So come on in, you guys. I would love to connect with you guys. So leave me some comments in the chat, and this is going to be a great live. It's going to be amazing. Whoo, so exciting. Yeah, so how are you guys doing after the solar eclipse? Wasn't that crazy, you guys? I think some of us did see it, and others didn't really see it much. And I've seen so many incredible pictures that people have taken, and I'm like, wow, this thing is really as powerful as they say, as it seemed. And it was a great day, great day. Yeah. Um, For some reason, I had quite a bit of energy uh, during the solar eclipse, which is exciting. Very exciting. Yeah, so come on in, you guys. Come on in, come on in, come on in. And tell us where you're watching this from and how your Wednesday morning is going. And as I go through the live, oh, hi, Kayla. Kayla's watching. Hello. All right. So I'm going to do an introduction. Okay. But before I do that, I'm just going to take a few deep breaths because I find I get nervous and not nervous at the same time, but I've been running around. So I got to let some air out. Good to see you too, my friend Kayla. Good to see you. So you can do this as well if you'd like, but you don't have to. All right. But don't fall asleep on me though. Don't do it. I'm just gonna take a few breaths in. That feels so much better. All right. So let me introduce myself. My name is Bernadette Desir. I am the founder and host of the Unleashing Potentials podcast. And I run this amazing group that you're part of. And if you're watching on YouTube, I run the YouTube channel that you're watching this on right now. And I'm just so honored to have you guys by my side in this incredible journey they call life podcasting and whatever else comes with life. All right. So, welcome, welcome. And I always do quick announcements before I jump straight to any type of live. A few quick announcement would be um, for anyone who wants to come on the podcast, I need your bio pictures, links where listeners can find you, and your consent. All right. So those are the few announcements. And yeah, how are you guys doing? How did you wake up? Because sometimes I find that I wake up on the wrong side of the bed. That's when I wake up pretty sore and tired. I hope that this is a beautiful start of the day for you, wherever you're tuning in from. Yeah. So as you can see, The title of this amazing live is it focuses on spirituality and the other side. And this is something I've always wanted to talk about, but I didn't feel like I was ready to talk about it because I'm still learning. And I'm about to share things that I've learned on my spiritual journey. Maybe some of the things I'm going to share, maybe they'll apply to you, maybe they won't. And that's okay as well. That is the beauty of using our intuition and connecting to ourselves, whether it's on an internal level or a spiritual level. All right. Where I am may not be where you are, and that's all right as well. I am just honored to share what I've learned and what I continue to learn with you. Okay. Um, and I don't know what I got myself into, but it's a little late to kind of go back from it. And if you have any complaints, send them to my guide, the spirit team. Perhaps send them to my ancestors that are chilling by the beach, wherever they're on the other side. And guess what? There won't be any delays in response because they'll get back to you right away. That was my joke to start the podcast, the video live. Whew, I'm still out of breath, you guys. All right. Let me see here. So, Kayla, how are you doing today? Anyone else who's watching? How are you guys doing? Okay, I laughs. It's true. You know, people can send complaints to my spirit guide. I'm a messenger. There's a saying it says, "Don't shoot the messenger." I'm literally passing on what I've learned and what I hear and understand of the other side. So, yeah. Yeah, so let's talk about the term spirituality. Uh, when we think of the term spiritual, when you think, oh, you're feeling amazing today. That's awesome. That's awesome, Kayla. So when you think of the word or term spirituality, what comes to mind for you? Because you may define spirituality very different from everybody else. Kayla says the sun is out and bright. Yes, it is. I love the sun. It's nice and warm. Yeah, so what comes to mind when you think of the term spirituality? And what comes to mind for me is that it's a pretty broad term, to say the least, right? And I think all of us are spiritual in different aspects, all right? Because spirituality is something that is greater than the oneself, than us, even though we are bigger than what is on the outside of us in our environment. All right. And it's interesting because some people see it as seeking purpose in life, meaning, and different directions in life. All right. And often we can also explore and try to define and understand our existence. And that can also tie to spirituality because we want to know more. And for us who know more, we even question the universe. What is it? An example was that the magnificent solar eclipse we just had, you guys. Do you question or have any curiosity of how is it that the moon, the earth, and the sun can come together? And if you look up at the sky, if it's nighttime where you were, I'm sure all of us have seen stars. Where did they come from? And why do they disappear at a certain time? And I remember my son said, "Mommy, why is the sky blue?" I said, "I don't know." Right? I don't know. And and that was an honest answer because there's so many different definition and things or my belief based on how I was raised or my perspective that I could have told him as to why it is blue and why do we have darkness? Right? We have nighttime so we can rest. So I'm connecting those dots when it comes to spirituality. I hope I'm making sense. I am so excited, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try and slow down. I'm like, whoo, I'm excited. All right. And spirituality can be expressed through religious practices, and it can be extended from beyond, right? And it can also be personal beliefs, personal experiences, and personal values, and different things that we practice to foster and connect, to find inner peace and to find harmony, right? And it's also a way of us to remain connected to each other and also to ourselves and to the world. All right. And it takes many, many different forms, right? That is the beautiful part of us having different perspective, different beliefs, and different ideas. I believe, you know, with my whole heart, there's such beauty and in us practicing different religions, in us uh, trying to communicate to find us, whether it's inner peace, whether it's in our heart, and whether it's in our environment, how we connect with each other. There's such beauty in that. Yeah, feel free to put in the chat if you're just coming in, or Kayla, what does spirituality mean to you? Right? Because it means something different for everybody else. All right. Yeah. And I'm excited. And when it comes to spirituality, it helps us connect to whether it's different religion, as I've said. It helps us find meaning and purpose in life. All right. And it helps us become more aware of us, of our existence. All right. And people from all walks of life, they do practice spirituality differently. All right. And that's what's so beautiful and precious about it, you guys. So some people, they meditate. Do you meditate if you're watching this, whether you're watching this on Facebook Live or whether you're watching the replay on YouTube? Do you meditate? And how do you practice spirituality? All right. And also, we connect through prayers and worship. Maybe you go to church. We also connect through yoga, doing Tai Chi and just movement and moving ourselves. That is a form of spiritual practice. All right. And another one, which I think from my end at least, I did not perceive this to be spiritual at all, is journaling and self reflection. And I paint. I don't know if you paint or what you do to center yourself to find peace, but I believe any type of creativity, connection is a form of spirituality and expression of the self. All right. I personally don't like to journal. I don't. I don't know why. I just don't. Because I do make lists of different chores and things I have to do. I just find it hard for me to journal. Do you journal? And when you journal, how do you feel? What does it bring up for you? And also self-reflection, which I think all of us have done self-reflections, all right? We've done it through our lives. We've done it throughout different years. We've done it throughout different stages in life. And we can even reflect on whether we want a job or not, whether we want to pursue and transition into a different career or not, whether we want to send our kids to a certain school or not. So reflection is not only through expression. It's also through decision making, and it's also through connection. All right. And my favorite is the next one. Are you ready, you guys? My favorite other way of reflecting is through nature. Okay. Other way of reflecting is, I have no clue what just happened. Can you guys still hear me? I'm fooling around with my computer here. You guys still hear me? Okay, I think you can. Yeah, I was saying another way we connect and practice spirituality is through nature. Okay. And what's my computer doing here? Oh, you said yes, you can, Kayla. Awesome. Um, yeah. Whether you are an outdoor person or not, I guarantee you and assure you that I think you enjoy nature still. All right. And maybe you like to skate, to ski, to swim. Maybe you enjoy going for walks. Maybe you enjoy just being outside, soaking up the sun, right? That is a form of spirituality, right? My favorite thing to do, because the winters are so long here, you guys. They're so long and nasty and cold. As soon as the sun is out, you will find me sitting in the sun. I will find the perfect spot. I enjoy going for a little place, just probably 3 or 4 blocks up that way where I live. Okay. And I walk there and I just sit, close my eyes, and I listen to the different birds and the river, the streams, and I'm just fully there. And sometimes I look at the sky, whether it's blue or snowy or gray, I am somehow disconnecting myself and giving a piece of myself to my surrounding, which is nature. I love nature, you guys. If I could live outside, I would. But it gets so cold here. No thanks. Yeah. So do you enjoy going for walks? Do you enjoy being active? How does being active helps you? Obviously, all of us have heard, exercise, exercise. Doctors have said it, and many other specialists have said it. We know it's good for us when we go out, we release. That is also, in my opinion, another form of spirituality. All right. And we also practice it by being kind to each other, practicing acts of kindness and service to other people. Right? You may say, I don't know how that's spiritual. I don't know how helping um, someone who needs help is spiritual. Actually, it is very spiritual. I'll tell you why. Okay. And when we remove the ego out of the way, when we connect to the divine self and source and soul that we are. Yeah. Hi, I think Shyla messaged me. When we remove that, it's very, very different. I'm trying to figure out Facebook, you guys. I'm telling you. It's very, very different. All right. And we practice acts of kindness because when we give, we feel better. When we give, whether it's clothing donations or food or whatever someone else's need, somehow our hearts bloom. We feel better. I do, at least. All right. So these are a few of the many, many ways that we can practice spirituality. All right. And what are the benefits of spirituality, you may ask me? A lot. All right. I'm just going to name a few. Um, it enhances our well-being and mental health. Yes, it does. And I'll speak on the mental health part. It absolutely does. When I am walking or connecting to nature, it not only helps me feel good physically, but mentally, something is happening in my subconscious and my psyche. It somehow feels like I'm one. I'm one with nature. I'm one with creation, and I'm one with just my surrounding. All right. And also, another benefit of practicing spirituality is that it reduces stress and anxiety. Isn't that beautiful to hear, you guys? Because we do live in a pretty mad world where stress is not always something we can avoid. All right. I can tell you, I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say, hey, these are the few ways you can avoid stress. No, I would be lying to you if I said that. There are times when you will not and cannot avoid stress, but what you choose to do during those times reveals your capacity to continue to grow. All right. And when it comes to anxiety, again, I'm going to connect that with being out in nature and doing things that we enjoy and love. Okay. And also, another benefit of spirituality, it connects us to a greater purpose. It helps us find meaning in life. Have you ever wondered, what is the meaning of life? All right. What is it? And what is the meaning of life for you? I'm going to ask you that question. You're welcome to put it in the chat, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. What is the meaning of life for you? Speaking of, something just came to mind. On my podcast, before I wrap up every episode, I don't know how I came up with that question, if it's my guide that put it in my heart and mind to ask people. I ask people, what is the meaning of life for you? Sometimes people are able to answer right away. Sometimes they're like, it's like a shock, like, I didn't see that coming, right? Because it's such a powerful question that causes us to think what it is. Is the meaning of life for you helping others? Is it your work? Is it what you do? What is it in life that gives you purpose, meaning, and definition to go on? What is it? Right? I'll tell you, for me, the meaning of life, I actually don't know the full answer to it because my life is not done. Hello, Janet. Nice to see that you're here. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so we're talking about the meaning of life. I was going to give an example. What is the meaning of life for me? The meaning of life for me is to thrive, to connect, to love people where they are, why they are, and so on. Hi, Janet's messaging. Yeah. Okay. I am not sure how to bring someone on. I'm gonna have to look through, Janet. Yeah, I've gotten myself on the yeah, I've gotten myself on the Zoom chat, but I'm not sure how to bring you on while I'm on there. Let me check. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how. Let's see. Copy invite link. All right. You guys, I'm trying to bring Janet on. She would like to come on to also share based on the topic that we're talking about. All right, that's what I'm doing here. Let me see if it works, and we will see. All right, we shall see. Okay, so what is my next key point here? And my next key point of why it's important, to practice spirituality and the benefits that we get from it is it improves relationships and empathy. when we are able to at times disconnect from the ego, it does improve our overall well-being and also our relationships. And it can be any types of relationships, if you think of it. It can be relationships with our kids, our pets, community, friendship, family, all of it. It does help in that way in so many sense. All right, let's see here. And also another profound, mind-blowing benefit of spirituality and practicing it is that it builds resilience in us to face life's challenges. All right. When we are anchored in our faith and practice and in what we do, we can find peace in life storms. All right. And I find that pretty cool. Really, really cool. What else is happening here? My computer keeps doing this. And let's talk about spiritualities in different cultures, all right? Because all of us are so precious, so unique, and in our own ways. And I am so, so happy that we're not all the same, that all of us can connect in other ways. Mm, thanks for sharing, Janet. I'm just reading your comments here. I'm trying to scroll to see. Oh, Janet, I'm on Zoom. Yeah, I'm on Zoom. I did send you a Zoom link. I'm not sure if you got it, if it's working for you or not. And I'm using my laptop. Um, yeah, I may have to have you on part two to join me because I'm not sure how to uh close this and restart it. Yeah, just see if you can join with the Zoom that I sent, Zoom link that I sent you. And if not, we'll definitely connect through the second parts series that I'll be doing on this amazing topic. All right. And thank you for sharing, Janet. Janet says, peace, love, and joy in our life. Yes, never walk alone. I agree. We're never alone. We have each other, we have ourselves, and we have communities in the world. All right. Let me see here. So I want to talk about the different, diverse, rich, and powerful different cultures, how they connect, how they practice. So um, there's so many different religions. I will not be able to name all of them, but I'm just giving you a brief scenario of the different ways and how they connect. All right. There's Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, indigenous religions and practices, and New Age spirituality. That's just a few to name all of them. All right. Um, okay, hang on, guys. And Janet says, yes, it won't let you join. I will join. You'll join on the next one. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I'm still figuring out all this recording and tech stuff, you guys. So yeah, yeah. So we'll have you on the part two, Janet, to join me to share your amazing experience within this topic. All right. And meantime, while you're available, you're welcome to join in the chat as well. And I'll be reading every single comments that I receive. So you guys can be part of this conversation because it's about you also. It's not just me. All right. So these are a few of the different cultures and different religions that practices spirituality differently. And I love connecting to people from all walks of life. And it's fascinating. We'll get to the juicy part soon, you guys. All right. And when we connect and practice spirituality in everyday life, all right, we can connect by doing it through daily routines and finding moments of stillness and reflection. That is a big one, you guys, okay? If you're a mom parent of many kids or just one, you will know that at times it is impossible to find any time, any type of stillness anywhere. Sometimes you might have to hide in the bathroom, and that's all right. It happens, right? And right, it's so hard at times for us parents to find peace, to find stillness without always hiding from our kids. But I think we can still find peace and stillness in the midst of the chaos that surrounds all of us. All right. So I hope that you can find the time to do that. All right. And to reflect. Some people reflect through journaling and writing and music and cooking. I paint. When I'm painting, I can't even properly put into words what it's doing to my soul and what's happening to me. All right. All I can say is that it's soulful, the soul and then full. It fills my soul, it raises my vibration, and I feel more at peace. And I feel like I have power to create anything that I want. That's the power in creativity, you guys. All right. And also, another way we can continue to practice spirituality and what it does for us is that it cultivates gratitude and compassion. When we cultivate gratitude, we can sit with anyone, people that looks like us, people who don't look like us, because we don't necessarily see their physical vessel. We know their hearts, we know their intention. We can pick up right away if they can be there for us, if they can help guide us, and if they can help us grow as a being. All right. That is the power of practicing spirituality and gratitude daily. All right. And also, it's an opportunity for us to create personal growth and connections. All right. Let me know if you guys have any questions, because I'm going to be asking some questions. All right. So, I think I already asked what spirituality means to you guys. And my other question I have for you guys, I have quite a few. All right. Have you had any significant spiritual experiences or moments in your life? All right. Have you had any significant spiritual experiences or moments in your life? And I've had too many of them, right? And I think it is in those experiences that we evolve as collective consciousness or on an individual level. All right. And yeah, I want to give you guys enough time to type and reply to if you'd like to answer those questions as well. All right. I don't want to speed through and then not have your questions heard. All right. Feel free to comment in the chat. And how do you practice spirituality on a daily basis? How do you do that? Because we all do it differently. All right. How do you do that? For me, how I practice spirituality on a daily basis is that I've been meditating, I think, almost 3 years. So I do that at nighttime before bed because it's hard to do it during the day. I have a monkey mind. It never quiets down. There's so much going on. And it's hard to meditate when our mind is a busy highway and just chaotic. All right. And I don't journal, but I listen to music quite a bit. And I don't know. I paint and I look at different paintings and different ideas and different things I can create. And I enjoy singing, although I don't sing professionally. It's not needed, right? What do you do to practice spirituality on a daily basis? All right. And why do you think spirituality is important? And why not if you don't think it's important, right? Because for some people, they may say, spirituality is not important to me. That's fine as well. And someone else may say, yeah, it's very important to me. I actually need spirituality. I need to feed my soul. I need to connect to others. I need to connect to myself, right? If so, why is it important for you? Right? Why is it important? All right. Feel free to comment in the chat. And yeah, whatever you guys shared, know that this will be shared also on YouTube. And I'm sure with your permission, I will be connecting any other questions that you share here on the next live, all right, on part 2. All right. And what spiritual practices or rituals that you find that is the most effective? All right. There's so many incredible ways I think we can connect. I'm just waiting to see if anyone wants to share anything. Yeah, and thank you everyone for watching. I love when you guys hang out with me. Thank you. Anissa, you let your phone die, girl? So Anissa was gonna join me today. She's joined me for a few lives, and she's busy, you guys, and her phone died. So hey Anissa, welcome, welcome. Happy you're here. And we're talking about spirituality, and I'm just asking a few questions. And then after that, we're gonna go to the other side. All right. So a few more questions to ask here, and then we'll jump to the next topic, which you'll find absolutely fascinating. I can't wait. All right. So Anissa, what spiritual practices or rituals do you find most meaningful or effective? And it applies to anyone else who wants to answer that question as well. Yeah, what spiritual practices or rituals do you find most meaningful or effective? For me, you know what? I find meditating helps quite a bit. um, since I've been meditating, you guys, I have transformed. I've transformed into a beautiful creature. Oh, and Nissa said, I have an altar in my home. That's awesome. I have one too. That is so cool. And yeah, not everyone has an altar, but that's all right. There are different ways of practicing spirituality. I have one, and what I want to do with my altar is I want to print or find pictures of families that have crossed over and put them there. But for now, I just have crystals, smudging, and spiritual books. And yeah, that's about it. You also meditate, Anissa. That's awesome. And it's so hard for some people to meditate. Let me say it's hard again. It's so hard for some people to meditate because the mind, it doesn't quiet down. It doesn't. And I know some people do want to meditate and practice, but it's hard. And let me know you're not alone because it used to be so hard for me. And it's still hard for me to meditate during the day. I don't know, it's hard for me to do it because I'm thinking about everything that needs to be done, the chores, the bills, all of it, right? Anissa says, hello, Diana. Thank you for joining. Anissa said, setting meditating forces me to be still. Absolutely. Amen to that. Right? And my next question for you guys is, how does spirituality influence your relationships with others? That's a very juicy question. I love that. Oh, Diana says, I meditate during my evening reflection time. That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, the next question is, how does spirituality influence your relationships with other people? I'll wait and see who replies. But for me, I I love people deeper and more. And I don't necessarily have to agree with someone to hear them out, to find something worthy or good in them, right? Oftentimes, we wish or force or want people to be like us, walk like us, think like us, and able for them to be part of our community or cliques. Um, Practicing spirituality has greatly influenced that for me. All right. I'm able to see the soul, not always the physical vessel that we have. And that is true power. And I hope in your journey you find that as well. Now it's the next question. Ooh, you guys are leaving me some juicy comments. I love that. Okay, let's read through them and see. Do, 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 do. I should have music while I do this. Let's see. Oh, Miss Anissa is blessing us here. Oh, I love that. So, Anissa said, so my spiritual practices on my own. My friends, a few that I have, they know that I have spiritual practices that they may or may not agree with. Even some of them Christian friends. All right. You know what? I should have worn my glasses, you guys. Mhm. Even some of my Christian friends that I have, they come to me for advice. That's so cool. I'm trying not to touch the screen of the laptop so it doesn't exit everything out. Especially when it's dealing with crystals or any intentional work that they are seeking. But yeah, it's a very lonely practice. Yes, it is, my friend. And Anissa continues and says, but I absolutely love it. And my children are very aware of it. And I am teaching my younger two daughters the ancient way. So yeah, it's great. That's awesome. That's so cool. Let's talk a little bit about your comment, Anissa. Um, isn't it amazing that you get people from many different religions or different walks of life that comes to you because they can see that light, it radiates. They see it and they come to you for advice, whether they agree or not. That is really cool. Yeah. And you're teaching your kids about it. I love that. I'm also teaching my kids. I'm always open and willing to answer any questions that they have. And Diana said, I hope I'm saying your name right. Diana says, my belief is being kind and accepting people where they are. Our kindness gives off the light. Absolutely does. That should be a quote, Diana. That's so beautiful. Yes, it does. Yeah, yeah. And here's my other question for you guys. Feel free to comment as well. Let's see here. Have you ever faced challenges or doubts regarding your spiritual belief? How do you navigate the doubts that you face regarding your spiritual beliefs? You're welcome, Diana. Have you ever faced challenges or doubts regarding your spiritual beliefs? And if so, how do you navigate those doubts? Because we all navigate them differently. And the word challenges, that's a big one to kind of expand and echo on, because I think it's hard to be human, you guys, and being human forces us to face challenges that we're not prepared for, that we don't want to face or deal with, right? And that's when we can bring in our faith and intuition and the things that we believe in, the very things that can comfort us. All right. Oh, yeah, I have faced many, many challenges and doubts about my spiritual beliefs. Believe me. Believe me. I think I've shared a few times, but I'll share it again. I was born and raised in Haiti, and in Haiti, there's many different religions, and throughout different houses and housing, different family member of mine, they've practiced different religions. As a child, what does that do? Right? And hang on. And I've had to decide what was right for me as an adult, right? And that is a learning part of growing spiritually. All right. My next question: how do culture or society, the different factors in society, influence our expressions of spirituality? Okay, I have a comment from Diana here that I'm trying to pull up. And Diana said, I feel the negative voices are always within us, but my belief in a higher power is also within me. I choose my choice. I let go and have faith. No more said. That's so beautiful. Yes. And it is when we're experiencing those voices and hearing them that we can step up. And I think it's a teaching lesson, right? But thank you for sharing. Yes. Yeah. To believe in a higher power. I love that. I love that. Thank you. All right. Are you guys ready to go to the other side with me? Because I am slowly wrapping up the section of spirituality, and come join me on the other side for the next uh 40 minutes, I think, which you'll love. So, have you heard of the other side? What is the other side? What does it mean to you? What you think the other side means to you may be different to me. Maybe we believe in different sides, okay? And I'm talking the other side as in where we go when we leave this physical body, okay? And I can tell you it's not on the other side of the street. It's a complete different plane of existence and different frequencies, which is way higher than ours down here. And I love the other side, but I know I have to be on this side for today, for this lifetime, until I am ready to go on the other side. All right. What does the term the other side means to you? Yeah, the term the other side, it often refers to different realms that are beyond the physical and the metaphysical, the afterlife. In different cultures, it's very different. All right. And it's just where you believe that we go after we finish and transition from this life. Okay. And some people refer to it as the afterlife. And some people believe that that's where souls go when someone passed. And also, some believe that the other side is heaven. Some believe the other side is hell. Some believe that the other side is just other planes of existence, just where we go. All right. Do, 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 do. Okay, sorry, I'm getting messages as I do this. But yeah, what does the other side mean to you? What does it mean? Um, Maybe you grew up in a family that was very open-minded about talking where we go when we die, right? Maybe you've had to answer that to your kids. Where do we go when we die, right? And to some, it's other dimensions. It's different consciousness, different perception of seeing here. And to some, it's connecting to psychic abilities. To some, it may be witchy, witchcraft to even think that there's another side. I can tell you, growing up with different religions, I've heard and faced all of it, right? It's just where we go. And the other side means something completely different to each one of us. And that's beautiful to know. All right. And it can also refer to a different state of mind, a different consciousness, and it can also be tied into enlightenment, spiritual awakening, personal growth. There's so many different connections to it. Okay, Dana said being with family again in the spirit world. Yes. Yes, it is. Yeah. I love that it there's so many different ways of describing this beautiful place that we all will go to at some point. And yeah. Yeah. So personally, what does the other side mean to you? And how do you interpret what it means? What does it mean to you? And also in your spiritual beliefs or religion, what do you believe happens when we die? What do you believe happens? Well, for me, I believe that when we passed, when we transition, we do go to be with our loved ones. And I believe that they're always around us. They surround us. They're there to guide and help us. Again, this applies very differently to people of what it means. And Anissa says, I believe my loved ones simply got up and walked into the next room. Yes, yes, they do. I love that you bring up because they're up, but they're here. But I love how you word it. It's beautiful. And Diana said, absolutely, I agree with you. Yeah. Yeah. And are there any specific practices or rituals in your culture of faith that relates to crossing over to the other side? Meaning in some cultures, when um, someone is on their deathbed dying, they either dress them a certain way, different colors, different prayers, different rituals, and they get ready for them to transition to that beautiful light and place. Mhm. Oh, I love this question. That's why I'm so giddy to ask this. Oh, Diana says, I feel Earth is a learning experience, and then we go home to continue our journey. Absolutely. I agree. Definitely agree. I've heard this term I'm about to share is that Earth is a schoolroom. And I'm like, huh, interesting. And it is. We're here to learn. And geez, it's so dry. Hang on. I'm drinking mint tea water. Yeah, I got mint in my mouth. So yeah, it is. It is. It's a learning planet where so many of us come to learn, to explore. And it's a place that we can expand and evolve on a soul level. All right. Yeah, share any other experiences that you guys may have. And I'd love to hear more. Dana says, funny, I'm drinking bergamot tea water. No way. Ah, that's so cool. Yeah, I just have regular water and I crush some mint leaves and toss it in there. It helps. Yeah. I drink quite a bit of water. I love any type of scent or flavor in it. But that's so cool though. What is bergamot, Diana? Is it a type of flower? I know it's a tea you mentioned, but that's so cool. Okay, so my next question for you guys is feel free to share your thoughts. What role does fear or uncertainty in our perception of the other side? plays? What role? Oh, it's an essential oil. Yes, flower. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing, Diana. So, what role does fear or uncertainty play in our perception of the other side? And how can we navigate those feelings? Mm, that is a beautiful question. um, I think as human beings, it is very natural for us to fear what we don't know, for us to fear what we don't understand, to fear what we fear, because fear is the ego's way of protecting us. Let me tell you, I have quite a lot of fears. And feel free to share your experience as well. Have you ever had any fears of fear of death, fear of the other side, fear of ghost? Hollywood really doesn't help us at all, you guys. You have to be pretty strong in your spiritual walk and spiritual awakening to not let the fear get to you, right? And there's horror movies, which is fine, all right? And it's okay to watch those. But how does it help watching those? Maybe it helps you on a spiritual level to understand that the light or the dark cannot exist separate from each other, that they need to be together. I hope I made sense. All right. And it's very, very common and normal to have fears. I was born and raised in a very fearful country, and also, with voodoo and many other religions that are in Haiti. Very young, I could see spirits with my bare eyes. I remember seeing my grandfather standing right there. I don't know how old I was, but I was pretty young, you guys. And he was in shadow form. And also, Day of the Dead. We also celebrate that in Haiti, which here it would be Halloween. All right. And the last Halloween we had in 2023, the veil is typically almost ripped open. It's so thin that our loved ones can literally be touching us. Obviously, we don't always feel it, but it's so thin. And it felt like my room was full of dead people. And I think I've shared that on a few different episodes. That's what it felt like. My senses were so overwhelmed, and everything was, I'm like, I can't take this. And that's when you can set boundaries with spirit. All right. Believe it or not, just because we cannot see spirit, we can't always feel them. And they have to honor and respect our free will. That's what makes us so powerful, is that we have free will. They cannot, I repeat, cannot violate our free will. It doesn't matter the circumstance, the situation, based on my belief also, right? Maybe it's different for you. Maybe you believe different, and that's all right. They cannot violate our free will. The angels can't, our loved ones can't. They'll be there to guide, but they cannot help us like they want to all the time until we ask them for help. But they're always right there, that close to us, waiting for us to ask them for help. All right? Yeah. Speaking of, we're going to dive into different helpers. All right? Which some of you might find interesting. I find this stuff fascinating. So let's talk of the helpers from the other side. All right? Oh, Diana says, yes, it's true. I do not let spirits know when I need space, but oh, hang on. I lost the chat. Yes, it's true. I do not let spirits know when I need space, but I also ask their guidance in my sleep. Yes, yes. It's yeah. And yeah, you have that power, Diana, to set boundaries with them. Even I've had to set boundaries even with families that have passed, all right? Because they can sense and they know when someone is psychically open. They can sense and they know when someone can see, can feel, can sense them. They're going to do everything they can to show up. So it is very important to respectfully, lovingly set those boundaries. And believe it or not, they're gonna accept it. They they can see so much more on what we call the other side than here. All right. And I love that you mentioned in your sleep, because that's how they show up, isn't it? For me, at least, it's been that way for a while. I'll give you many examples, but I'll give you a few examples. All right. I'll read your comments soon, Anissa. My dad, he passed, he passed in 2020, and relationship was very, very turbulent and toxic. He wasn't the father that I should have had in this life, okay? And he passed of alcoholism. I believe he might have had cancer as well in Haiti. And I swear, the night that his spirit lifted and left his body, the dude showed up right in my room. I could feel him. He was right there. And then just 2 weeks ago, he showed up in a vision in a dream. And he told me how much he loved me. And he gave me the biggest hug. I don't know how to describe how that hug felt. It felt good. And I know that I've been in communication with him telepathically also. They can hear our thoughts if we speak that way to them as well. You can also write to them, okay? And is that and he also can see how much hurt and pain that he has caused my mom, my family. And he came to say sorry and give me the biggest hug. And when I get those visions or visitations, I have just a few seconds to pick up on my surrounding. All right, just a few. And the faster I can connect and also look around, then I pick up quite a bit. Here's what I saw when I hugged my dad. Okay. It was a very long hug. He talked to me and everything. Okay. I saw a grandmother figure, which might have been my grandma or great grandmother with him. And I saw a little girl. And that little girl is my father's baby sister that drowned when he was young. He was showing me that they were together. I don't know how I know. I just knew that that was her and I saw her. All right. Let's see. Let's get to your other comments. And I've seen my adoptive mom as well. She's touched my feet, and she knows that they know not to creep me out. Okay, I'm schizophrenic. I told them. You guys better not give me heart attacks. I'm not ready to go. I'm schizophrenic, so you might want to tread a little carefully how you talk to me, okay? Because I should do a live on this. Schizophrenia and spirituality. What do you guys think? Comment yes or no. That's so cool. So that's what I told them. I said, I'm schizophrenic. I have really bad anxiety, and I forget everything about the other side. So please tread a little carefully. Otherwise, we won't get along. Oh, Diana says yes. Awesome. I'll make a note of that. That's gonna be a juicy live, you guys. I've struggled with that because being schizophrenic with mental health and then spirituality. Do you know what doctors do to me when I tell, oh, I'm hearing voices? Let's crank up your pill a little bit, right? So that's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a really good one. Okay, let's read Anissa's comment here. I have many screens going on, you guys. And Anissa says, I actually can see spirits and I'm not afraid of them. And I'm never afraid of them. Woohoo! I wish I had a bell of victory here for you. That is so awesome, Anissa. That is so awesome and beautiful. Do you know how many people are petrified? Some people might have heart attack or just faint if they see what you see. And you have owned your gift, my friend. That is so awesome. And Anissa said, sorry, Diana says absolutely. And she also said, I also am given premonitions, helped me many times. That is so cool. I've had premonitions and they have come true. And it continues to scares the crap out of me. The BGs out of me. It's scary, it's beautiful, it's like, what is happening? Which planet am I on? Why am I seeing or hearing? Why am I able to tell what's going to happen to this person, my job? And yeah, yeah, you're not alone. Yeah. Anyone else share if you've had some premonitions? It's so cool when we have them. And also that ties. Oh, you said it is unbelievable right now. Yeah, yeah, I believe you. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Yeah, so should we talk about our helpers, you guys? Yeah, I'm excited to talk about our helpers. So the first kind of help I'm going to talk about is our spirit guides. And all of us have spirit guides, not just one. Some I have five, okay? I'm a special case. I have a lot going on, a lot of karmic work that I came into this life with. So I have five. I need help, and they know I need help, so I have five. And those five spirit guides are not constant. Sometimes they rotate. It's like doing shift work, okay? If I'm going through pain or schizophrenia or whatever symptoms I may have or heartache, there'll be different ones that shows up and come through. Okay, I'll give you an example. The goddess Aphrodite, which is a Greek goddess, I think she's still working with me. She's the goddess of love and purification and blah, blah, blah. Okay. And when it comes to love, I can say I struggle with that. Though just the word love crawls my skin in many ways. Okay. Hear me out before I get stoned here. Hear me out. In the sense that healthy love relationship with a male, it wasn't modeled to me by my father. So what is love? What does that feel like? I don't know. So in that sense, that's what I mean. I am very capable of loving and being loved. Okay. So our spirit guides are there to offer guidance, protection, and support us on our journeys on Earth, on planet Earth. All right. And our spirit guides, they have lived and walked on Earth in many lifetimes like us. They were able to feel, to cry. They've been at war, spiritual war, and I'm sure they had parents. So anything and everything that you are currently experiencing or have had experience with, they know. They know what that feels like. All right. Know that they know. So spirit guides, they have walked the earth. Um, Another spirit guide that I have, she's a mermaid. You guys have seen me painting mermaids pictures and drawing them and painting them. Ever since I found out I have a spirit guide that's a mermaid, I'm like, I love mermaids. I love them. Share in the comments if you have any connection or communication with your spirit guides, because they do show up and at times we miss them and how they show up. But that's what they're there for, to offer guidance, protection, and to support our journey right here on this beautiful hellish schoolroom that we live in. Okay. And spirit guides, they also had to go to school. All right. And they've had to live on the other side for generations to learn. Believe it or not, on the other side, it's very similar. We don't have a physical body, but our consciousness, we're able to garden, sing, swim, play the piano. On the other side, we can do anything and everything. We think it, so it is, and it just happens. All right. So they've done all of that, but unable to become a spirit guide, they have to be on the other side for generations. So it could be your great, 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 great. I don't know how many greats, grandmother, grandfather, or whoever. They need to be there to learn, to gain knowledge. All right. I'm going to read Diana's comment here. And she said, oh, absolutely. My spirit guide helped me with publishing my book. kept pushing me, and I would wake up with a whole chapter in my mind. Yes, yes, that's what they do. That's the power of them helping and stepping in. Yes, yes, they do show up to help. All we got to do is ask. That's it. That's it. Do you know how many times they're probably like standing or sitting, like you're just watching, and they're like, ask me, ask me, ask me, ask me, ask me. I'm waiting. And we don't. We just don't. They're just there. And they're there for us. We don't share them. We don't share spirit guides. They're our personal support system down here. Whatever you want in life, in this life, you just ask. As above, so below. Is that what's the saying? Yeah, as above, so below. Yeah. Sorry, I had a moment here. And Anissa says, birds, lizards, and peacocks are my spirit guides. Yes, those are beautiful spirit guides to have. And there's also spirit animals, which we're going to get into pretty quick here. But I'm not rushing this process. So if y'all gotta go, please go. But I'd love to have you guys stay, okay? Um, yeah, I'm sensing and told that don't rush it. If I rush it, then just lose what I'm trying to share with you guys. Oh yeah, and Dana says they're too funny. They're absolutely funny. Absolutely funny. And I'll give you a few examples of how my guides have talked to me. Okay. And when I first started my podcast, I was talking to myself. All right. I had 1, 2, 3 episodes. I'm like, what the heck you guys want me to talk about? A podcast? Can't you see I'm an introvert and I don't do people too well sometimes? But the idea popped into my heart and my head. Go to the library. There's a public library by my house. I go to the library and I pick up books. Okay. And based on the title of the books that I pick up, I would see the same title on Facebook, or someone said it to me. I'm like, what is going on? Right? And recently, earlier last year, I did Facebook live on grief and grieving. And that very same author, I found her book earlier in my podcasting journey. And yeah, over a year and a half later, I'm at the library. I found the same book because I wanted to talk about grief and grieving. That's what they do. And they will speak to you through creation, okay? Birds, butterflies, bees, even though they sting. And they will use your pets to communicate to you. They will use your kids. They will also use your family members. I'm sorry. But they will use them to teach you the lessons that you need to know. Okay, they will. They'll do whatever they can. Here's another thing that spirits have done, and it kind of settled down a bit. Okay, they flicker my lights, the bulbs throughout different rooms in the house, and I know it's them. That's what they use because they're in the they're not in the physical, they're in the metaphysical. All right. So that's what they do. And Anissa says, anytime I'm in trouble, I call on my guide and they jump right in. Absolutely. All you just say the word. That's what they're there for, to help you and to love you, to guide you, to help you through whatever else, because they have lived what you've been through. Oh, they drop things too. My gosh, thank you for reminding me. No wonder I'm schizophrenic. They do. They do that. They do that. And I told them, don't do that. It scares me. They will. They will. They drop things, they move things. And I've heard many different I've heard many different stories of people having bookshelves and a specific book falling off the shelf. They do it. They do. It's crazy. And also I sense them. Have you guys ever been by yourself? You feel like someone's watching you. Someone's with you. No, you don't have to be schizophrenic to feel it. They're just there. They probably laugh. Yes, they do have quite a good laugh, Anna. They probably laugh at us. They do. And they see us as, oh, yes, you have. And they see us as toddlers because we're in a learning phase. And the same applies with yes, all the time you feel someone is there. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I'm not as crazy as I thought. Yes, yes. They drop things, they flicker the lights. You see a group of birds flying right in your path. It's crazy. It's fascinating. Okay, you guys, let's talk about angels. Before I start though, and as I go into this, what does angels mean to you? We know what it means on a vocabulary level, but on a spiritual level, what does it mean? All right. And I'll tell you my take on it. All right. And what it means. So, in many, many different traditions and religions around the world, angels are viewed as celestial beings who acts as God's messengers. And I grew up reading the Bible. Throughout the Bible, there's messages from angels everywhere. And they're there as divine messengers. All right. Don't forget this word, messengers. Not the messenger on Facebook, but messengers. All right. And they're there to assist humanity. Oh, yes, all the time. Anissa says, yeah, that's awesome. And they're there to assist us. And they're messengers. They are not to be worshipped. They prefer not to be worshipped because they did not create themselves. They serve something higher than themselves. All right. And angels on the other side, you guys, they've never walked, most of them. It's very rare that an angelic celestial being will materialize into the physical. Okay. It has happened. They don't like it though. It's weird, it's painful, and the vibration is very low and heavy and dense, and they're very, very high frequency beings. All right. The energy on earth, like that's as low as it gets. All right. It's really low and dense, you guys, the 3D earth we live in. And Diana says, my grand twins asked me all the time to pull their angel cards. It starts their day on a positive note. That is so cool. That is really cool. You know that kids are more connected to the other side than we are. If you have kids, if they tell you, Mama, I saw daddy, or I saw grandma, great grandma, or whoever, or I saw a pet that passed, please believe them because they do. That is one thing, one gift that my parents could have given to me was belief. Belief in what I was seeing, belief in what I was experiencing, belief in the fact that, yeah, I've seen those things, right? So my kids, they're very open to the other side. I don't force them to believe. They just believe. It's the vibration I carry. It's the way I talk about it. And it's the way I live. They just know. All right. And yeah, let's continue our conversation on angels. Share your thoughts on angels. Have you seen, heard your angels? Because they're there. All right. And unlike spirit guides, angels are there and around for life lessons. All right. And they're also there for emergencies, life lessons and emergencies. Okay. Emergencies in a sense that, let's say someone had a car accident, they broke their neck, they're just in a coma. Okay, they're not waking up. So the angels are right there. Right there. You can't see them. You may not feel them. They're right there, and you can call on an army of them. And should I do a live on angels, you guys? That's something I asked Kayla as well if I should do. Yeah, say yes or no if you want me to. And I'll make sure I combine that with the other stuff I want to do. And Diana says, I felt them and know I'm safe in time of need. Absolutely. Isn't it comforting to know that we have helpers? To know that. And a few years ago, I had dark night of the soul, and I was just waking up. I wept, wept, and wept because I did not know that I had so much help. I'm not kidding. And I went through a local store. I got cards and different books I'm reading. I'm like, huh? I have this much help, that much help. I'm like, where have you guys been all my life? What? Where? Why now that you're opening my eyes to see? I have suffered here and there and there. That's what has happened. Where? And I hear in my heart, we've always been there. And I kept asking questions. And they said I wasn't ready. And I'm still not ready for so much more. All right. And Anna says, yes, yes, because we truly are never alone. Very comforting, absolutely. Yeah, so that's why that's where the angels come in, okay? And also they are not loud like our family members. They're not gonna flick your lights. They're not gonna give you heart attacks by dropping stuff off. They're very silent. That is why we have a hard time connecting and feeling the other side, okay? Those beings from there. Because it's very subtle. It's like a feather falling, barely touching, right? If there's a bunch of stimulation and things going on, you're not going to feel that, even though they're touching you. You can't feel it, okay? Okay. Anissa has a comment here. I'm having so much fun. Thank you guys for joining. I love you guys. And she said, I literally was driving home one night from an event and I became very sleepy and was nodding. I literally heard high pitched voice whistling, and then my name was called. Woke me right up. Yep. That's what they do. And yeah, that's what they do. And which takes me, to my next point, like what you mentioned, Anissa, they're there, right there. Um, and they're very quick too. They've prevented people from accidents, from whether it's physical accidents or car accidents. They're just there. Have you ever had something happen to you, or more than one thing happen to you, that you don't even know how you're still breathing right now? You could have been gone, but you're there. These are the angelic realm stepping in, your angels stepping in to help. All right. And I think we've touched a little bit on our deceased loved ones, okay? But I want to talk a bit more about it and, kind of how they show up. So our deceased loved ones, they are our family members or ancestors that have departed, okay? And even though their physical body is gone, but they're very much alive. They're very much here. They're there with us. And they're there to support us and to help us continue our journey, okay? And they offer guidance, comfort, and they communicate with us through signs, through different signs. They flicker the light, the candles, they drop a book, and through synchronicity and through our intuition. Maybe you're writing a book or painting or whatever you may be doing, and all of a sudden you have this amazing idea that popped into your head to do. That's them stepping in and helping as well. All right. And they show up in so many different ways, so many forms. They show up through birds, butterflies. I've heard people talking about seeing birds. It's like, oh, we don't have that type of bird around here, right? And yeah, that's kind of how they show up. All right, they show up so many different ways, you guys. Okay. Oh, Anissa says yes. Yeah. And also, have you ever been listening to music? So, there's a song that comes up that reminds you of somebody. Well, that's that somebody showing up right there, right? In your dream and vision, that's them showing up. And when you hear anything that reminds you of them, please know that they don't want you to grieve over them not being here physically because they are already by your side. They just want you to know that they're there. It's like a little reminder and nudge that, hey, I'm here. This is our song. This is our favorite song. And I want you to listen to it. Remember that I'm here. Okay, that's kind of how they connect. And also they connect through dreams, you guys. Mm. Yeah, and Dana says so many people miss the chance of recognizing them. They help us if we listen. Absolutely. They do. And they will use and do whatever necessary to communicate with us. I mean, whatever it is. You may find some random stranger you're walking by. Maybe they wear perfume that you smell. Maybe they look like that person that is on the other side, and they'll use even Facebook. You'll see certain words that you've seen, and you know you've seen it, you don't know where, right? That's kind of how they also connect. Yeah, yeah. And let's talk about ascended masters. Ascended masters are enlightened beings, and they transcend any type of incarnation, or I don't know, they serve humanity. And they're higher than angels, spirit guides, anything else. And they're in a higher existence, a different plane, which is not here but here. And an example of enlightened beings is Jesus, Buddha, Mother Mary, and so many other ones. All right. And they're just there to walk this path with us as well, and to send help when we need them. All right. And also, I should wrap up soon, eh? And also our ancestors. I have to get off, but thank you for such an incredible topic. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much for watching. I gotta get off soon too. I got some stuff to get done. But yeah, I'll finish this little bit and then I'll be out. So our ancestors, which all of us have, are just there to protect and guide us, and whether it's in this realm or the other realm. All right. Okay, everybody has to go. Okay, Anissa, thank you so much for joining. Have a fabulous day at work. Sending you blessings. Yeah. And also we have guardian spirits, which have been with us from birth. Okay, have a good day. Yeah, they've been with us from birth and they protect us, which I find really cool. And also animal spirits. And many of us, if not all of us actually, have different spirit animals that protects us. Okay, there are other messengers from the other side as well. All right. And they also show up in dreams, and yeah, they're there to offer guidance and wisdom. So yeah, I think that brought me to the end of this live. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating, for listening. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I hope this was so much fun for you as it was for me. All right. And I will be doing a part 2 on this, a part 2 series on this. And I'm excited to hear your thoughts and ideas on this. And if you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to comment, and I'd be more than happy to pull your comments or questions or experiences and bring them into the second live. All right. That is a wrap for me, you guys. Have a fabulous day. Happy Wednesday, and we'll see you guys soon. Okay, be blessed. Bye.